Okay, for our experiment today, you're going to need some iodine that you can get. You might even have some around your house. It's easily found at like pharmacies and stuff. So the iodine is something that can detect the presence of that sugar molecule that we were talking about, that the plants make through photosynthesis. So if something has that molecule that we showed with in our leaf, the sugar molecule, then the iodine will turn colors. So it's kind of like something a detective could do to find out if it was in there. So normally the iodine is kind of a dark yellowy orange color. I don't know if you can see it on that stick, but it's normally a dark orange yellow color. But can you guys guess, when it touches something that has that sugar molecule in it, it turns a different color. I'll give you a minute to kind of guess. What color do you think it might turn? If any of you guys said dark purple, you were right. So if one of these things has that sugar molecule in it, then the iodine will turn from yellow-orange into a really dark purple, sometimes almost black. Sometimes it happens really quickly, and sometimes it takes a little bit, depending on how easily accessible the sugar is. So anything, and you can test this at something in your house, anything, any one of these foods, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different foods here. Any of the foods that are made or that are a plant will have that sugar in it. And any of the foods that are not plant-based will not have that sugar in it, but we can test it with our iodine. So let's start off. I think this is one of the easiest ones to see it in. This is a piece of bread, and then this is like a corn tortilla. Both of these are plant products. The bread has wheat in it, which is a plant product, and it makes that sugar. And this is a corn tortilla, so corn is a plant. And it also has that sugar. So let's see what happens. We're going to put a little bit of our yellow liquid. It's orange, actually. Can you see the orange drop on there? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's an orangish, reddish drop. And we're going to put it on our bread. See, maybe you can see it's there. We're going to put it on our bread, and it's going to turn. See how quickly that turned? It turns into a dark purpley black. So that means with our detective kit, we figured out that this bread has that sugar molecule in it. Let's see if the corn tortilla has it. We'll put a little bit more on there and give it a minute. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? It turned very dark because it had the sugar molecule in it. So I'm going to see if you guys can guess. We're going to try a banana. So when I put this iodine on the banana, do you guys think that it will stay orange or that it'll turn colors? Well, because it's a plant, it does have the sugar molecule in it, so it will turn. Now this one sometimes takes a little bit. See how it's a little bit orange? But if we wait, that will start to get darker and darker. So we're going to set it aside for a minute while that gets darker, and we're going to test for sugar in this apple. And this apple should also turn a dark color. So now this one takes the sugar in the breads are more readily available, so they turn dark purple quickly. These also have sugar in it, and if you can look at the banana, the edges are starting to turn darker. And in a few minutes, this whole orangey color will be black. And same thing with the apple. So we're going to test a few more, and we'll keep looking back and watching those turn darker. Now this one is obviously that it's a plant. It's a spinach leaf. So it should definitely have the presence of that sugar in it. Well, we're going to drop a drop of our iodine on there. And that one turns pretty quickly. See how dark and purple that went? And then maybe we can show you again the apple is getting a little bit darker. And the banana around the edges is also starting to get dark. So we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that did have the sugar molecule in it. Well, now we're going to actually test 2 things that are not plants, that come from something that can't make their own food. People cannot make their own food. Animals cannot make their own food. Only plants can. So this is a piece of ham. And ham comes from a pig, which is definitely not a plant. So when I put this orange iodine on it, it should stay orange. Let's try it out. Okay, we're going to put a drop of it on there. You see that? It is not turning purple. It is staying orange. because ham is not a plant. Ham comes from a pig, and pigs cannot make their own sugar molecules. That's why we need plants so much. And this is actually cream cheese. And cream cheese is made from milk. And milk is also an animal product, so it will stay orange as well. So we're going to drop that on there. Whoops. Right on the cream cheese. There we go. You see the orange? So it's orange on the cream cheese and orange on the ham. And the apple is starting to get darker. Banana is starting to get darker. The bread and the corn tortilla are definitely purple. And our leaf is purple as well. So take a moment sometime this week and find yourself some iodine and test your own plants around the house, your own food, and see which ones have sugar and which ones don't. And if you'd like, you can take a picture of yourself doing this experiment and send it to me, and we'll post it on Haiku. Have fun, guys.